What's happening, my Jacked family? Coach Scott here, jackedafter40.com. Today's video, I'm going to be sharing the absolute best goal that you can set for yourself to get shredded after 40. And I promise you, if you make this your goal in 2020, you're going to see your workouts get taken to a whole new level that you've never experienced before. Your nutrition is going to improve drastically, and you're going to experience more joy from your life. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. But more than anything, I want to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts and insights on today's topic. I can't wait to hear from you. The perfect diet and workout goal to get shredded after 40 is to be more mindful. And before you go brushing this off as some hippie mumbo jumbo jargon crap, I encourage you to take this seriously, to bear with me, and to hear me out as I walk you through how to be more mindful with your diet, with your training, and with your overall life. And by the end, you're going to be convinced that this is the absolute best goal for you to set for yourself in 2020 to take your physique and your life to the next level. Now let's begin by talking about how you can be more mindful with your training and take your workouts to the next level. Probably the most common way you can be more mindful with your training is to enhance your mind-muscle connection while performing an exercise. That's going to come by controlling the movement, so not rushing through it. You want to really feel the stretch as you're lowering the weight. So feel the tension in that target muscle. And when you get to the bottom, don't just bounce the weight back up. You want to engage that muscle, contract it, and then squeeze that target muscle as you're pushing it, as you're lifting it upwards. Get to that peak contraction, squeeze it for everything you got, and repeat that process there. So that's a way that you can get the most out of every single rep that you perform. To me, that's really where the beauty of training comes from, being present in the moment, really grounded in that moment, feeling that movement throughout the entire range of motion. To me, that's the beauty of body sculpting and getting jacked after 40. The other way you can be more mindful throughout your workouts is just paying attention to your overall energy level. So walking into the gym, how do you feel? How much energy do you have? Do you feel strong? Do you feel weak? Are you feeling tired and stressed? If that's the case, maybe you take a look at your workout plan and it's a day where you were meant to lift heavy and you decide to call an audible instead. Like you're just not feeling up to par. Lifting heavy may just beat you down and may increase your risk of injury. So why not call an audible and set yourself up for victory, set yourself up for success by reducing the weight and going for higher repetitions that workout. That way, if you were to set the bar, to keep it there, I've got to lift heavy today, I've got to hit these numbers, I've got to hit a PR today, and you don't hit it because you're feeling tired, weak, stressed, whatever the reason. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep the night before, maybe you're dehydrated. There could be a whole number of factors, and if you keep that bar set without being aware, without being mindful of how you feel, and you don't hit those numbers, you can walk out of the gym feeling defeated. You're much better off calling that audible, going with the lighter weight, raising the rep range, and having fun with it. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel successful walking out of the gym. Same thing goes for if an exercise is bothering you. Maybe you start performing a squat, which typically doesn't bother you, and you get down to the bottom portion of the movement and your knees start to feel a bit achy, or maybe you're performing a tricep exercise and your triceps begin to feel a bit achy. You can always call an audible in that moment, make a substitution, and go with an exercise that feels better in that moment. So being mindful of how each exercise is affecting you and not being afraid to make a change in that moment in order to have you walking out of that gym feeling successful, empowered, energized, invigorated, and ready to tackle the next workout the following day. The other thing to be aware of as you're wrapping up a workout is just how were you able to sustain your energy throughout the entire workout? Did you have moments where you experienced a lull during your workout? Did you kind of drag your butt towards the end? Maybe the workout was a bit too long for you? Maybe, again, you didn't eat enough food beforehand. Maybe you can have a little sip on a shake throughout the workout to make your performance throughout your training even better. So many little different factors that you can be aware of throughout your training, and then really paying attention, being mindful of how you're recovering afterwards. How many days does it take you to recover from that workout? Do you experience DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness, in any muscles? Are there any aches or little nagging pains? Do you feel beat up after the workout? So do you feel invigorated and ready to take on the next workout? Little things to be mindful of, to make note of, because those are things that you can carry forward to future training phases throughout the year to make the most out of your overall training plan. plan. Now let's talk about how you can be more mindful with your nutrition, because let's face it, the biggest reason why you're not yet shredded after 40 is probably because of mindless eating. I'm gonna use myself as an example here because this is an area that I'm continuously trying to improve upon, and it's the biggest reason why I struggled for 10 years to drop 50 pounds of fat. It wasn't until I became aware, became mindful of my nutrition habits, that I was able to break free and finally get shredded after 40. So for example, I'd catch myself after a few days of good eating reaching in that cupboard for a box of cookies, and I started becoming aware of the conversations I was having in my mind as I was grabbing that box of cookies. There's a lot of justifying going on. I've been good for 3 days in a row, I deserve this, I earned this, or even justifying, all right, if I eat this box right now, if I eat a few cookies right now, I can start being bad. I'll start again tomorrow or start again on Monday. There's a lot of justifying going on for having those cookies. But I also realized that a lot of times when I was going for those cookies, I was dehydrated, I didn't drink enough water that day, I was tired. The most common times when I would go rummaging through the cupboards were being overtired, so not getting a good sleep the night before, and being dehydrated. So whenever I'd find myself going through the cupboards, I'm like, maybe I should drink some water first and kind of help curb that craving. Drink something to kind of satisfy that craving first, and oftentimes that worked. But the other thing you can be aware of is, like, just ask yourself, do I need these cookies in this moment? Is it something I truly really want, or am I just bored? Am I tired? Am I dehydrated? What are some of the reasons why I'm grabbing these cookies? And if you truly think that, hey, I need these cookies right now, like eating a few cookies right now will help me stick to my diet over the next coming days, boom, that's awareness, that's mindfulness right there in that moment, and you can take advantage of that. Have those 3 cookies. You can take a look at your tracking your nutrition, take a look at MyFitnessPal and say, you know what, having 3 cookies actually fits into my macros for the day. I'll just have to eat a little bit of this later on in the day, or maybe it puts you slightly above your caloric target for the day. You can just reduce your calories over the upcoming days slightly. It's not gonna take too much to do that. And to catch yourself in that moment, you have those 3 cookies, and you start thinking, well, I should have some more. So you start getting those thoughts of, oh, fuck it, I've already had 3 cookies, why not eat the whole box? Been there, done that. Catch yourself in that moment and stop yourself. Just realize that these 3 cookies, if you just take a break, set them aside for a few minutes, have a drink of water, drink something, eat something else that's healthier for you, that hunger, that craving to eat more will subside. So being aware of those things, and just being mindful in general of while you're eating, being mindful of when you're eating a meal, a typical meal, how does that meal satisfy you? Like, what's the portion size like that makes you feel satisfied at the end of the meal rather than being full? What's the portion size that makes you feel overstuffed? Maybe eating that normal portion size and stopping, like you feel like maybe I could eat a little bit more, go up for a second helping, but you stop yourself and you wait 10 to 20 minutes and you're like, oh, damn, I'm glad I stopped because I'm not really hungry. Remember, it takes 10 to 20 minutes for that hunger signal to kick in, for your body to realize, you know what, I am satisfied right now. So taking your time, being mindful while you're chewing, being mindful of the taste of the food, like really enjoying, savoring every single bite that goes into your mouth rather than just shoveling it through and rushing through it so you can get on with your day. Savoring each bite and paying attention to how you're enjoying the meal, and when you are satisfied, when you become full. And at the end of the day, like, how does each meal fuel you? Like, do certain meals make you feel more energized? Do certain meals make you feel sluggish? So if you are consuming ice cream or something like that, or a whole bunch of chips, does that make you feel sluggish afterwards? Just being much more mindful while you're eating, and just eating to the point of satisfaction. That's been, to me, this year, 2019, that's been my biggest victory, has been being mindful of my nutrition and stopping at the point where I'm feeling satisfied rather than allowing myself to get to that point of being overfull, overstuffed. To me, I just find it a much more enjoyable experience to stop at that point of being satisfied rather than getting to that point where I'm feeling overstuffed, overfull, which is bizarre because our society really ties in joy to that overeating, that overstuffed feeling. Yet oftentimes that's when we feel disgusting. We feel bloated, full, sluggish, go to bed feeling acid reflux and all that stuff. Like, it's not an enjoyable experience. It may seem like it because you're chowing down on great tasty foods, but really it was just that those first few bites, that first little bit, that first serving that satisfied you, that's where you get the most joy from it. After that, I mean, you're not really tasting it as much as you did in the beginning. You're not getting that same kind of endorphin kick or dopamine kick that you would from that beginning portion of the movement. So being aware of why you're eating and how that food affects your body afterwards. Now let's talk about how you can be more mindful throughout your overall Jacked After 40 lifestyle. Sleep, for one, you can be more mindful with your sleep and wake times. Are you consistent with your schedule? Times where you wake up in the middle of the night, you have to pee a few extra times than normal. Did you drink a little bit too much leading up to bedtime? If you have a tough time falling asleep, did you drink more caffeine throughout the day? Or maybe you're on the screen too long. Maybe you before you went to bed, you were on Facebook or you're watching the news program and that kept you up, kept your mind racing throughout the night. Maybe you just need to do a brain dump and get everything off your mind before you go to bed, right? Your to-do list, so you're not distracted or worried about what needs to get done the next day. Paying attention while you're out walking, like being active outdoors is my favorite thing to do. I love bringing Chief for a daily walk, at least once a day. Most of the time it's twice a day. I'm very mindful of my surroundings. It really helps ground me in the moment, and to me that's the greatest stress relief. It's the greatest way for me to become in tune with who I am, my surroundings. It's so good for my overall well-being. When you're out with friends and family, being mindful of them, the conversations, rather than being distracted, looking at your phone, worrying about other things that are going on, really being in tune with them, present in the moment, hanging on every word, and really participating in that conversation. It's just, there's so many different things that we miss out on so much in life because we're not present in the moment. We're not mindful of what's going on right in front of us. Our mind is already, it's racing about things that need to get done in the future, and it's reflecting on things that had just happened that are no longer in our control. So be mindful and present in the moment of everything that's going on right now. I guarantee it will bring a lot more joy to your life. So the bottom line is to simply live in the moment. No matter what you're doing, whether you're in the gym, whether you're eating, with friends, with family, getting ready for bed, waking up, be present, live in the moment. And as you can see here, having this goal of being more mindful, it's really a process-oriented goal. It really gets you focused on embracing the process rather than focusing on just the outcome. Having an outcome-oriented goal of getting shredded after 40, getting jacked after 40, getting ripped abs after 40, building muscle after 40. Those are all great goals to have. It's what we're aiming for. But when you have that goal of being more mindful, it gets you focused on the moment at hand, the task at hand. What you can control is in this moment. It doesn't have you looking at some distant future goal. It gets you focused on what you can do right now, how you can be your absolute best in this very moment to help you achieve that goal of getting shredded after 40. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. Before you go, don't forget to drop a comment down below. Share your thoughts. I'd love to hear your insights on today's topic. And don't forget to download your free guide, Jacked After 40. Hope you have yourself an absolutely amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.